Hey, this is Angie from Little Dumplings Nursery. Today, as you join me, you're going to watch me fiddle my way through trying to set up a paint booth for crafters. I had the notion that I wanted to get one to experiment doing a little airbrush painting for some of the details on silicones, like the stripes on Avatar babies and such. So here we go. You can laugh along and we'll have a grand old time. So I purchased this small crafters Vevor painting booth for when you're using your airbrush gun. And I have to be honest, I had to go online to look at a video on how in the blazes to get this thing set up. It comes with the hose, your book, your adapter, which was actually in this little box, but they said to open this little side door and get the adapter out. So apparently, I'm trying to do this one-handed, but anyway, you're just gonna have to trust me, that door opens. It's not easy to open. There. So you can store this little adapter up in here. I guess that's what that is about. But anyway, and another front's supposed to open up somewhere. So when I watched a video, I finally saw how you open it, or else I would have never figured that out. So I'm gonna lay it over. This little lip goes all the way down. It lifts up. So then when you lift that up, you can open your whole unit up. And ta-da! I'm doing this while I'm holding on my phone with one hand, so keep in mind I'm going to have to set this back up. So I'm going to stop the video and set it up. So now I've got the, I guess you call it screen, or no, whatever these things on the sides are, the little flap set up. There are lights, there is a turntable for your small miniatures, and there's an exhaust, so I'm going to work on that next. Okay, I'm back. So the video that I watched on YouTube was some guy trying to put it together, and he had quite the fiddly time of it. I have laughed my way through watching him make mistakes, and he finally just says it's not easy to put together or something, but anyway, he goes away and then comes back, and the next scene you see it's together. So he didn't show you how, but I'm going to show you. I have actually and I've still got to work on these little side things, but I've actually flipped my machine over on its back, so that way I could look at what I'm doing. So with my frame, when you get the frame put together, these little side pieces will snap into the frame on the ends, the frame of the light. I should call it the light frame. And then you can go down into your unit with that. These are going to clip on the edge, this is the top front edge of your guard. So I'm going to call it a guard. I don't know what it's technically called, but if you can see, those clip right on there. And then you've got to plug them in. I'm trying to hold one hand while I'm doing this. You've got to plug them in down here, because you've got these little, if you can see there, little plugs for the power source. They're going to plug into your power source of your machine. So it's kind of fiddly. You might play around with this. In fact, I may have mine on backwards. I'm not sure because it's tight. I think I do. So what I'm going to have to do is stop the video and flip this one to this side and this one to that side so that they will fit flush up against the unit. So let me do that. Okay, I think I'm about as inept as the poor guy in the video that I laughed at. I took my light frame back apart because I discovered that it was easier to install it this way. So now I'm going to show you with the second arm on it. So if I go over here and clip it here, and then go down in here and plug it into, sorry my fingers are in the way, plug it into the outlet. There's a little piece of plastic there sticking out that you can use as a push lever to push it down in there. Okay, we got that in there now. And then you can take your top bar light, and it should be facing down in the unit. So I'm going to go across, holding our breath, put that this goes in here. And once again, I'm gonna have to turn the camera off to do it because I can't do this one-handed while holding the camera, but that's gonna snap into there, and then I'll flip the unit around. So hold on. Okay, so I have now gotten my light bar installed in my unit. I have plugged in my power cord. I've got it plugged in the wall. Now for the exhaust hose, I'm going to be using mine outside of my back porch, so I really just need it to exhaust things away from me, and I'll probably have it up pretty close to the screen on the porch, but so I'm not sure how much of the hose I'll actually use. But you have this piece that has little hooks, and they'll fit right on these little hooks right here of the fan, watt grating or whatever you want to call it, exhaust. So you just got to get them on there and then just turn it. And that holds that there. And then you've got your hosing that you can install all your pieces to. You got your clamp. So all this comes with it to install. I'm not gonna set all that up. That's pretty self-explanatory. And there's also in the bag is the little clamp, but you would clamp it around here. So that is easy enough to figure out. So I'm going to turn the unit back around. If I can do this with one hand. There we go. So let's see. If we turn this on, what do we get? Ta-da! Nice lighting. So this is going to pull the fumes away from you. And it will exhaust it out the other way so they're not in your face. So here's the little turntable if you need it. What I'll be doing is laying aluminum foil in here. So I wanted to get this to do like stripes and stuff on like avatar babies and things like that, little details that I could airbrush and then go back and seal with a thicker layer of sealer, just to clear part AB, and then keep painting. I've seen a lot of people do that. They say it works well, so I want to try it myself. So this was $107 in Home Depot. It's considered a portable unit. Theoretically, it is portable. You can take it apart and set it back up. Is it easy? Well, it took me a bit to figure it out, but once I got it figured out, it's not bad. And my thought is that any piece that I would be working on, this is 15 inches across, so any piece that I would be working on that might be bigger than that, I would probably put it in head first, extend my foil out and work on it that way, and then as I need to, pick the baby up and turn it. So I think this is a very workable option. I'm going to try, and we'll see how it goes. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you got a little bit of a laugh out of my fiddling my way through, but also learned a little bit. If you should decide to purchase this Vevor Crafters paint booth for yourself, give me a note and let me know how you like it, and if you had an easier time setting it up than I did. Bye!